Guys, there's something there's something so powerful about just being by yourself in the moment, in the most crucial times of life. There's something about it. There's something about it that most people will not experience. Because most people is in the crowd. Most people is in the matrix. But if you look at the greatest minds on earth, if you look at the most successful people on earth, it all started with them. It all started with a thought that just came so easily, so effortlessly from them being alone. That's where it all comes from. That's where every great mind on earth has been, alone by themselves. Just this thought. It's that it factor. It's that you knowing within yourself that you have something. You know you have that it factor. You know you have that creative mindset that you can create something out of nothing. So there's something so powerful about being alone. And something else you'll notice is this all goes away. It all disappears if you're around people too much, if you're out and about too much. There are certain people you get around, bro, and I'm telling you, it just drains the ever-living hell out of you. Like it sucks you dry. And I'm a very extroverted person. It's not like I'm not. Like I go and I talk to certain people. Some people can be very calming, and it can be a pleasure to be around. But some people, bro, it's just like the energy it just gets zapped. It just gets zapped. And that's why being alone is so important. That's why being yourself is so important. And not being in those positions where you're so caught up in other people's energy, because it takes so much from you. Like when you're that person in that position, your energy just leaves. You don't even feel right. You don't feel creative. You feel almost trapped, as if you can't be yourself, because there's something about their energy that is blocking your energy and who you are. And all your powers, all your spiritual powers, everything that can make you gets blocked from toxic, negative energy out there into the world. And it could be in anybody. You could go anywhere and it could be in anybody at all. And it feels very weird. You know the saying, keep your hands to yourself. Some people can't keep their energy to themselves, bruh. Like with me, I'm not trying to latch on anybody else's energy. I'm not trying to do nothing like that. But it seems as if when people come around me, they try to latch theirs onto mine. And it's toxic. It feels awful. They're trying so hard to attach their coattails to yours. And if you're around stuff like that often, which I don't recommend, it will take your powers. It will take your creativity. It will take your spark. It will take away everything that makes you you. You could be stuck around toxic parents, toxic family, toxic friends, toxic anybody. You could be in school and have toxic teachers. And it will ruin your creativity. It will basically brainwash you into something. And it all comes down to the people you're around at the end of the day. Being around toxic folks is no good. I love being around, if anybody, calmer people that can just keep their energy to themselves. They're not trying to come up to me and be all like, get out of here, bruh. What are you doing? It's just annoying. And right now, I'm just getting back home. It was a long day. Me and a fellow went to a bunch of stores. We just left the sauna. I went into the sauna today for the first time in like a year. And let me tell you, she sucked the water to be dry. Just leaking water. Nose just started bleeding right in the sauna. Right around everybody else. It's funny because I was talking to a man in the sauna. Not even the buddy I was with. There's a few people in there, but that we were talking to a man in there as well. And I was telling him how I usually go in saunas and steam rooms and my nose will start bleeding. Literally a minute after. I went like this. Blood all over my hand. Nose was bleeding. And this is a part of the reason even why I'm getting surgery on April 27th. To get that shit fixed. But, you know, my energy's not as good as it usually is. It's a little, I feel alright, but my head hurts a bit. Lost a lot of water. It was very hot in the sauna. Stayed in a little bit too long, longer than I probably should have. Bled a lot, so got a bit of a headache right now. But anyways, guys, there's something about being by yourself. That is just, nothing else beats it. Like, when you have that it factor, when you are a chosen one, there's not another human on earth that you could benefit from being around rather than yourself. That is the product. That is the recipe. That is the secret recipe, is being by yourself. And yes, you can benefit from being around some people. But sometimes the best benefit you could possibly get is just being by yourself. I genuinely believe everybody needs that time to be by themselves, to be creative, to think of the things you want to think about. Just a silent environment where you can thrive, where you can fully be yourself. It's so powerful. There's nothing like it. And for me, it's a curse to be around too many people. In school, it was a curse. Nothing more, nothing less than a curse. And there's some people in those environments right now, and they're not doing so hot. I got a few acquaintance / friends in universities and colleges and stuff, and they're becoming less and less and less and less and less of versions than they even were before they entered the colleges and universities. Because those things take a lot from you, bruh. Most people in there at the moment are not doing so hot. People's partying, people's got these mental health issues, people's not making money, people's doing a whole bunch of things they should not be doing. It's not a good environment. And I genuinely believe it has nothing to do with the work. It has to do with the environment. School sucks. It's awful. It is not good. It was my least favorite place. Life outside of school is so blissful. Life in school is like prison. You feel you have to be there. You pretty much do. It's wild. And people are so much happier. I even know people that quit school at like grade 9, grade 10. And people thought he was so dumb and all this stuff. It's actually a guy I used to be friends with. He's a year older than me. And he started making hella money, bro. He's fishing. He's doing his thing. People's just thinking he's going to fail, bro. But he's making money. And this was a long time ago. To this day, bro makes a lot of money doing what he does. But he knew he didn't need school. Me personally, I want to finish grade 12 at least. But he knew in his mind. And sometimes we know what's best for us. He knew he did not need it. He knew he was going to follow through and do what he did. And he was much more free, much happier, much better off than everybody else. Everyone else is enslaved in school. This guy is free. free flowing, making his money, doing his thing, having a good time. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Like, you can't put yourself in positions you don't want to be in. I get it sometimes. There's things we have to do. But bro, a lot of people go to college, universities, and get this job, and they still don't like their position. They still don't even want to be at their damn job. That's not the life. You have to find what it is that you really want to do, and by being alone, it unlocks that power. Most people in school, bro, are never alone. They're always in class, they're always in teachers, they're always here, they're always there. They're always in a position that's around people which is taken away from what they are. They never put themselves in a position to even take time off school to think straight, to think clearly. And you're going to get the most answers away from everything else by being alone. You're going to get the most answers out of anything else. So I encourage everybody to at least live at least a year or two of your life that way. It will be enough. It'll be enough. It'll be far enough. My whole life took off in a flick when I first started living by myself. It's all I ever needed. Create nothing. Create something from nothing. It's all you need. All you need to do is get alone. If you're always around bad energy, if you're always around things that's just taken away from you, making you lesser than you should be, you're never going to know. You're never going to find out what it is that you actually have inside of you, of what you actually could do. And a lot of the time, those things may seem far-fetched. You're probably going to have bigger goals than the modern society, but that's good. The bigger the goals, the better. A lot of these people is going to turn on you. A lot of these people ain't going to be happy with you. A lot of these people is going to be jealous and envious of you, bro, but it's what it is. You don't think the more successful people on earth that did it the right way are not hated on? Of course. It happened with me too. It'll happen with you. It'll happen with anybody who unlocks their true powers, because most people on earth can't. So when you can, you're going to see the hate. The hate's real. You'll see. But I encourage everybody to do this. Like, I could not imagine just not doing the things that's in my mind, body, and soul. I could not imagine just living a life that's just not for me. I could only imagine living a life that is for me. And we still have such a long way to go. There's still so many things that's going to change. There's still so many different things that's going to happen. Life is a journey. Nobody has it all together. Nobody has it perfectly made. There's always going to be the next step. There's people that's making hundreds of millions that it's like they don't even know their next step, but they're gonna eventually, because they continue to go. They continue to pursue. Like, what comes to mind is Jake Paul. Like, he's made hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions. And right now he's questioning himself, what should I do next? What's my next move? And like, he's concerned about life. Because a part of his purpose just got derailed by Tommy Fury. Now, there's people with a lot more problems than Jake Paul. I mean, he's got it made. He's got all the money. He's done so many things. There's so many things he could do, but even him in his position has to get deep into thought, has to think things through, and has to make the right decisions. No matter how crazy successful you are, we all still have to get deep into our souls, into our minds, to do the next thing, because life never ends. Even with the hundreds of millions, life does not end. There's still so much more to do. There's still so much more to go. It's all about being the best you can be right now and continuing that as you move forward. That is what life is about. It's not even about who you used to be. It's not even about who you are right now. We're constantly outdoing ourselves all the time. That's what it's all about. reinventing the wheel, doing more, figuring out more. And it comes down to you being deep in a thought, deep in a soul, and making the right choices and decisions in life, stemming down from being alone. It will unlock many, many powers in your soul that a lot of people don't even know they have. It's like the best feeling in the world, bro. Having your peace. There's some people that will get alone and they'll feel so, oh my God, what do I do? Oh my God, this and that and this, bro. You have a lot of work to do. You have to go outside and like go for a walk by yourself and start to feel the world. Start to feel alive in the world by yourself. You don't need, you can't be so codependent needing this girl, this friend, or something to make you feel alive. You have to make yourself alive in this world by yourself. And I think that's one of the most powerful things anybody can do. If you can get to that point, you're at such a strong point in your life. Such a strong point. You have to get used to that. You have to get used to being able to fulfill yourself by yourself. When you can do that, everything else is just so much extra. Everything else that comes that's good. It's just the so much extra goodness that will come into your life. But you always have to remain you. You always have to take time to continue to be who you are. No matter what happens in life. The best thing you'll do is live a year or two by yourself, at least. You'll figure out so much, and even when other things now come into your life, you know how to move. You know how to set boundaries. You know how to not get lost. You know how to stay who you're supposed to be. So if you can do these things and learn these things, you'll be so much better off than everybody else. Most people can't learn the things that I'm talking about right now, because when most people are young, even in their later teens, 20s, early 20s, mid 20s, most people still in school. Most people still stuck at a job. Most people has not even got to that point yet, bro. And if you can do these things so very early, you're gonna outgrow everybody by a country mile. Everywhere I go, I feel like I've outgrown everybody around me. It would take a very special person to come in my presence to feel like they're even on my level. And I'm not saying this out of ego. I'm 1000% serious, bruh. Most people I ever go around, I feel slower. At my pace, at my speed, at what I've done in life, they have not done what I've done. There's so many steps that I've already taken that they have not even taken yet. It's not about being a superior person, a better person. It's just the fact that I've done so much more. I'm so much more experienced. Which is why, yes, right now, they are not on my level. And this is the truth. When you get to the level, you will see everybody else around you who was not. It is clear as day. It is clear as day. And your haters are people who don't want to accept this, but it is true. It is very true. But anyways, that could be a whole other topic for discussion. But we're going to wrap this one up. And I got another killer topic to come. My head kind of hurts right now. I'm not going to lie. The light behind me is kind of bothering my eyes. I just took a couple Tylenol. I usually don't take Tylenol, but my head's hurting pretty bad right now. But I'll be back.